my name is Kai, and the niece takeover is taken over for real. Niece took over stream, now niece is taking over podcast. Anyways, I'm here with Tito EJ, or as you guys know him, EmazingErik, or Erik, or yeah. I'm the Kai 23, or just Kai, or Kiara, or Chloe, or Kiara Chloe. Yeah, smooth transition.
You're such a great host.
Thank you. I know I am.
So, the last time we did this was 2020, COVID, when we got into lockdown.
Really?
Yes. And now it is 2023, January.
First? Second. Oh, man.
Second.
It's the second. January 2nd. That's crazy. 3 years?
Yes. So tell me, what has happened the last 3 years?
That's a lot of years to be talking about.
We can go in order. What happened after COVID 2020?
Went back to school. That was an adjustment. Going from like straight up middle school to like high school was crazy. Made me realize how unfit I was during the quarantine. Cause in middle school, like you don't go up and down stairs like how you do in high school, where you're always going up and down stairs to each of your classes. It's more just like, oh, go down the hallway. It's a pretty long hallway and just keep going, you know? But here you have to go up and down stairs. This campus is a lot bigger than how... There you go. A lot bigger than how middle school was. Because middle school is just one long line. And if you had to get somewhere really fast, you just sprint. You never had to run. I never ran so much until I went to high school. But that's partly my fault, because I wait until last second to start going to class. I don't like going to class.
2020, were you a freshman?
I was a freshman in high school, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2020 to 2021 was my freshman year. And then 2021 to 2022 was my sophomore year. And now 2022 to 2023 is my junior year.
So was your 20 to 21 high school year, was that all online?
Yeah. So that's when I had straight A's. My first time having straight A's since elementary school. Yeah. Since elementary school. Which is crazy. Because I always had like 1B. Always had that 1B. It was always math class. For someone who's going into computer science for college, I'm terrible at math. I think that's so funny.
Is this this a good idea?
I know, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, maybe I should go into a different field. But like, because I know that as STEM and like, I don't know if it's, I don't know.
What is STEM?
STEM? I know this. I know STEM. It's like, I know it has a meaning. Each one has a meaning. Something. I just know it has to do with like mechanics and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like anything that, like science, like computer engineering is within STEM, and any engineering is within STEM. So kind of that range. Like the road I kind of want to go down with computer science is robotics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to go down that STEM, but I do know people in STEM who are majoring, and I know people who dropped out of STEM who are now majoring in something else because they couldn't handle STEM.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when talking to these college students, a lot of them is like, you're working to be a number, especially in engineering, because so many people want to be engineers. It's like an over like glorified.
Abundance?
It's like over glorified. That so many people want to be engineers that you suddenly just become a number. It's not really like, oh, you're an engineer. You are Kiara, the engineer. You are Chloe. You are Kai, the engineer. It is, you are the engineer number 500.
I feel like that it's like that for a lot of jobs.
It's like that for a lot of jobs, but especially in school for engineers, that's all you're working to be. So you have to really love engineering, like really, really love it to try to help you stand out. That's why people who love it stand out more than people who are just in it because it's a good job, like direction. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to find something that you really love and are able to stand out in. because if you're not able to stand out, you're not gonna. And then apparently there are classes that they have for like engineers and people in STEM that are programmed to make you fail because they need to see who is really willing to like go down this path. And if you fail that class, it's like maybe that's a sign you shouldn't be in this course. And I was like, dang, they have those? Like, they have classes where it's set up to make you fail. Like, that's crazy because you pay for those classes and they set you up to make you fail. But then it's also kind of like helps you wake up, you know? I thought that was crazy.
So does that scare you?
It does scare me a little bit. But that's engineering. I'm not going into engineering. Comp sci is a lot. Apparently, it has its own language and its own like own thing that's completely different from computer engineering. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, yeah, like it's a whole different like spectrum. And like they were telling me about how they have their own like language for like code and stuff like that because computer science is more into the coding area, and then computer engineering is more the building area, right? Yeah. I'm going down computer science because that's more of a broad like spectrum of jobs that you can get rather than kind of sticking to just one course. Because if I end up not getting that one course job, then what am I going to do? So I'm probably going to go into that broad of computer science. Yeah.
So you don't know yet where you want to go with your computer science, like after I
get computer science? No. Because I could always take computer science and branch off if I finally figure out where I'm going to go, since computer science is so broad. So that's why my plan is just to like kind of major in computer science. And if I see something that I want to like go into that's connected to computer science, then I can easily move to that because of how broad computer science is. You know, it's a pretty smart plan in my opinion. Because
it's a good plan. Yeah.
All the jobs that I want, like if I really wanted to do computer engineering after computer science, they say it's a lot easier to just transfer whatever you know from computer science to computer engineering rather than going from computer engineering to computer science. It's a lot easier to go from sci to engineering.
Makes sense.
So I was like, okay, cool. I have a pretty like pretty solid plan for college. Not exact. I'm also not planning to go to like any crazy universities or anything major. Looking into Harvard, I was just like, no. I have an opportunity to get free tuition for my whole college. Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That is huge. But it also requires me moving across the country. So I would be in the East Coast.
But that's something
I'm willing to take.
Right.
And it's my hometown. So it's like, it's fine because I used to live there. And it's like, oh, I get to go back to my hometown. But after college, I think I'm going to come back here. Like right away. I'm going to be like, okay, time to find a job in Vegas. Not staying there. Especially because Vegas is so technology and computery and all that.
Yeah, it's just growing in technology space here.
Yeah, so I think it's better if I come back here for a job anyways. Who knows? Like, I want to be able... See, I think I want to live here, but I want to be able to visit, like, every state in this country before I die. I want to visit every state.
How many states have you visited so far?
That's a good question. Most of the East Coast I have been at, apparently. Not...
Apparently? But you don't remember?
So I don't remember.
Okay, it doesn't count if you don't remember.
It doesn't count if I don't remember? No. Then I haven't been much. I've been to Florida, Virginia, obviously. New York. Oh, New York was so fun. Crazy, but it was so fun. Florida, New York. Virginia.
California.
Maryland. California. Wait, I'm starting in the East Coast. Maryland. Oh. Yeah. Maryland, and then we get to like California and Utah and Arizona and Nevada. I think that's pretty good amount. I want to go to Wyoming. I really want to see like how fake.
What's in Wyoming?
Dude, because I remember in middle school for the longest time, like the joke was that Wyoming isn't real because of how like I don't know.
I think I remember that.
I remember that phase of my life where I genuinely believed Wyoming wasn't real. I mean, like if you look at the map, it's a perfect square. While everything else is like, and that's just a perfect square. Like, it's not real. I Also, Jeffree Star lives in Wyoming. Go meet Jeffree Star in his little farm.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to go to Wyoming. I also want to visit Texas. Just to see like how it. Oh, I've been to West Virginia. There you go. That's different, right? From Virginia? West Virginia and Virginia are different. Yeah.
I think so. I'm not good with my geography.
Me either. But I think it is. I want to finally leave the country.
Like to visit?
Yeah. Not forever, just to visit.
I would go forever. If you guys don't see me anymore, that's probably what I did.
I want to visit the Philippines for the first time. For someone who almost fluently speaks Tagalog and was born in America, I'm one of the only people who have never been to the Philippines.
Almost fluently?
Almost fluent.
What does that mean?
It's still a little Taglish, but I can now make full sentences.
Okay, go ahead. Speak to me in Tagalog.
Oh, bro, why are you testing my limits?
Because we're trying to see how real you are, or are you just...
For someone who speaks a lot of Tagalog, even though I have friends who like were born here, know nothing about their culture, don't even speak the language, barely understand their language, and they've been to the Philippines before me.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
It just doesn't make sense.
But it's okay. Honestly, I'm happy for them. I love all my friends. But yeah. So, I mean, good for them. But yeah. So, I really want to go to the Philippines. It'll also really test out my Tagalog. Let's see how much I actually know.
Then when you get there and you're like, oh, I don't know what you just said.
I don't think I'm going to be like that. But if they speak deep Tagalog, the ones that like we don't even speak here, that's where I want.
Yeah, there's like I just know like super basic now, like my understanding of it, because I just didn't really get into the whole spectrum of the whole language.
Yeah. But I think if we're going to be in places like Manila and like cities, I think they'll speak mainly the Tagalog we speak here, right?
Yeah.
It's when we go to the provinces and stuff where
it's a different like dialect. There's a whole bunch of different dialects.
When we go to like provinces and stuff like that, that's where Tito Bernie's going to step in and talk to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know deep Tagalog. I think mommy knows deep Tagalog, but I don't know if she speaks deep Tagalog. Like she can understand what people are saying. She doesn't, I don't think, speak it.
Yeah, that's why I just pretend that I don't know how to speak Tagalog, because it's not worth it for me to
show off.
Think about what I need to say. Like it just doesn't come out as natural anymore.
I don't want to be like, I don't know. I don't want my kids to not speak Tagalog. Knowing me, the chances of me like marrying a Filipino man is not the highest. Yeah.
Mine is, well, not a man, but a woman for me. But like, I always said like I want, like if it's gonna be like a Filipino girl, like at least mixed.
Yeah.
Just because I want mixed babies. That's
I know.
Plain and simple. I want mixed babies.
I want mixed kids too, even if they're like only like 1/3 mixed, but like at least there's something.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But like, or I don't know, because my genes are weird. I'm full Filipino, but apparently I have never looked Filipino to people. Because I was at a Filipino club and I was just like, I was like carrying a lot of heavy stuff, and one of these girls was like, "Oh, I'll carry it for you," and like in a really like heavy Filipino accent. So you could tell like, oh, she speaks like Tagalog.
Can you mimic the?
No, because I love her and I'm not gonna do that to her. She's the sweetest girl in the world. I love her so much.
Okay.
But so she has like a really strong Filipino accent, right? And she talks quietly when she speaks English. So I talked to her in Tagalog because I could tell that it's better for her in Tagalog than it is English.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to her in Tagalog, and then her face like fully just went. Like then when she grabbed my stuff, and I was just like, she grabbed my stuff, and I was just like, oh, okay lang, hindi na. And then just like, ganyan. And then she was like, she told me this in Tagalog. I'm not fluent like that, but she told me in Tagalog. She's like, oh, you speak Tagalog? And I was like, yeah. She told me this full Tagalog. She said, she was like, you do not look Filipino at all. You like don't look like Filipino. So I'm really like, when you spoke Tagalog to me, I was gulat. You like scared me. And I was like, really? Like every time there's two like, I don't know, I get two reactions. Oh, you look Filipino and not like anything else. Or you don't look Filipino at all. It's like, I have to pick a struggle. Like, do I look too Filipino or do I look not Filipino? People have called me like so many races that I didn't even think that I could.
Okay, name me them.
Okay, well, people have said that I've looked Hispanic and Mexican. I can see that.
I can see it.
We are the Hispanic
we're part
Asians.
Spanish. We're part Spanish.
We have Spanish background, so we're the Hispanic Asians. TBH. I hope that doesn't offend anyone, but we really are.
That's actually a compliment. I mean, I feel like
I don't know. I don't want people to like be like, "Oh, you're trying to mix our." Like, no. I'm just saying, like, we are the Hispanics of the Asians.
Yeah.
Like,
I've heard it before.
Yeah, I just hope that doesn't offend like anyone.
Yeah.
But so it's like, so I understand that one. I can see it. But people have called me Chinese.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't think I look Chinese.
Why'd you make that face? I see it when you do that.
I'm like, I don't think
like those like Chinese dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a Chinese doll.
I don't see it. I don't know. People have said I look Chinese, and I'm like, I think you're just racist because I'm Asian, and you're just gonna.
They probably are.
I was like, why are you calling me like? People have said I look Korean, and I was like, I do not.
Do you remember your phase when you thought when you were like, I'm Korean, like I'm part Korean?
That's the thing. We kind of are. That's the thing. Here's the big debate of apparently our family, or at least the family between Lolo Andy and Nana.
Okay.
Like that part. Okay. The people under that. Like the big debate is like, is Soon, the surname, like their surname Soon, is it Chinese or Korean? Nana says Chinese. Lola Andy says it's Korean. And I asked some Korean friends, and I'm like, they're like, oh yeah, that's a last name in Korea, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go with Korean. I think Korean background. It does also like Soon.
Yeah.
It's pretty like, I don't know.
Yeah, to me it would be like a Korean name.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to do like an ancestry.com.
I should. Sometimes I don't trust those though.
Yeah, I feel like it's also like a just
kind of dumb.
Like it's
you got
not
that
legit.
From my saliva?
Like, I feel like it's not that legit, but I don't know shit. So
also true. Not a scientist. So I could be saying I don't believe in it, and it could be like the most 100% factual thing.
Everything is just BS.
Everything is with a grain of salt.
You can look up anything and have like a contradiction to it, and then both of them are true. Like when you look it up, I don't know if that makes sense, but if you look up like, oh, is coffee bad for you? Then you'll get all these like articles that it's bad for you, and then when you say, is it good for you? Then you get all these articles that say it's good for you. Like, in this day and age...
Depends what you want to believe.
Exactly. And I think that's what... I feel like that's what divides a lot of people, because there's just so many... There's just so many ways to look at things and like absorb it. And...
Very... Yeah.
You kind of just like pick one that you want to believe.
Yeah, apparently a lot of people
kind of like biased to it.
I'm not Filipino. So yeah.
You're not Filipino.
I think people thought I was Korean because I think first of all, I have my skin's a lot lighter than most Filipinos. Yeah. And I think that's where people kind of like...
Because you don't go outside?
No. Even when okay, yeah, you're right. Like I don't really go outside. But yeah. So I think that's kind of part of the reason. And then also my eye makeup is heavily based on like the Korean style, because my eyes are kind of similar to their type, like the shape that they have in their eyes. So I take like a lot of their little details to help me accentuate my eyes a lot more, because their eye makeup in Korea is really nice, and it really helps like accentuate their eyes and make it look a lot like more animated and nice. And I want that. Like I want the cute little egg and stuff like that,
Yeah. I just want to real quick. I just want to cut you off there. I just want to do a shout out to my bestie. She's Korean. She's in Canada. She's in what's it called? A transition, moving for school. So shout out, bestie. If you're ever listening to this, shout out to you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think it's called Aegyo. There's like a Aegyo soul on the bottom. and you're supposed to accentuate that. Me, it looks like I have more eye bags when I do it, so I just don't do it. But I do the highlighting for that. I love the eye makeup that they do in like Korea. I like it.
Do they have a heavy influence on like your makeup style?
Makeup style, yes. Other than that, that's literally all they have my influence on. And music taste, but that's really it.
How about your style?
My style, my outfits, I think is a mix of it's a mix of American and Asian style. I think depending on how I feel, I'll change it. Like what I'm wearing right now, I'm wearing like a black. I'm wearing Ross and Ross. That's what I'm wearing.
Dude, that's the key right there. Just go to Ross.
Ross has a lot of good clothes now.
And you can put stuff together and then boom.
Yeah. But what I'm wearing is ripped jeans, like really, really ripped jeans with butterflies on them. And they're a little baggy. And then a tight turtleneck.
Yeah.
Right? Black turtleneck. And it's like very simple. But I wouldn't say it's like Korean style or American style. It's just kind of like style. I just pick whatever looks nice to me.
It's the Kai style.
I do it based on how it makes my body look more than how like what kind of style I'm into. Because you know there's those people who are like into 2000 styles, like the old ripped t-shirts with all that graffiti stuff. I kind of like those, the ones with like the angel wings in the back graffitied into a jacket. I saw one of those at H&M one time. So tempted to buy it. $34. Well, didn't buy it, but it was so beautiful. I would have bought it. I would have, if I had money at the time, I would have bought it. But yeah, so see, I would wear that, but I wouldn't say my style is a 2000s, like that 2000s style. But yeah, so I just kind of base it off of how I'm feeling that day and how it makes my body look. Like if I'm not really feeling my body, I'm gonna wear something baggy and kind of do that Korean street style. But if I'm feeling myself, I'm gonna do like some like American like crop top, baggy jeans and all that. I would say I'm more into the street style though. If I was to narrow it down for you guys to picture what I would wear, street style, with like street as in like tight top, baggy jeans, or baggy short. Shart?
Shart, bro? What are you talking about? Not a shart. That's a shit and a fart, bro.
Baggy shirts and baggy pants. I really love baggy pants. Big baggy.
Okay, so
note that.
What?
Baggy pants. I love baggy pants.
Okay, baggy pants.
And Legos. Baggy pants and
Legos. I like how you slipped it in there. Okay, but before we get into that, how about you tell us about your earrings right now?
My earrings?
And your fascination for your jewelry.
I love my accessories. I am such like a...
This is like a Hello Kitty, right?
Yeah. I'm such a B word for my accessories. Like, I'm an accessories B word. I'm not gonna cuss on here, but yeah. So, what's it called? See, like, I will always have a necklace on, no matter what. But if it's a necklace, I always wear one signature necklace all the time that I never take off. So before, it used to be this V necklace that I would always wear, and I kind of lost it.
Yeah.
So, I kind of lost. I don't know where it went. I lost it. So I found a new necklace to wear every day, and it's I'm a little Catholic girl, so I have a cross that I wear around my neck now. Ward away all that bad energy. Warding away like what's it called? Like those little goblins who steal necklaces. Yep. I totally get it. Warding.
That's what my amethyst is for. That's my signature necklace that I never take off, really.
Like, have you seen those styles where people wear a bunch of necklaces at one time?
Yeah.
I would rather do that than ever take off this necklace. On New Year's, I wore like this like tight necklace that was right here. So it was like almost a choker, but it was like a jewel necklace that had like a little, what do you call that? Butterfly. Had a little butterfly here. So it made like the double necklace look. So I really like that. Yeah. So I always wear this. I'll never take it off. People buy me necklaces and I feel bad because I never take this off. So it has to like go with it. So if you ever want to buy me a necklace, buy me gold necklaces so that
Damn.
it'll match the gold.
Damn, she likes gold, guys.
I only wear gold. Like, I don't like silver on me. Maybe I'm like a werewolf or something.
You know what? Your sister told me. Boo boo.
What?
She was looking at my necklace. She was like, "I want your necklace. Maybe you can pass it on to Ate, and then she can pass it on to me." And I was like, "Oh, that's hella cute." But I think I might one day. I will pass it down.
Pass it on straight to her. Oh, sorry. I'm just saying because she wants it.
I'm hurt.
Oh,
That's just her letting me know that she doesn't want it. But it has to be passed down by generation.
well, me and Clara are the same. Oh no, we're different. Never mind. Gen Alpha. But yeah, I'll be down. I'll keep it for like 2 years and then pass it down. Give it to your kids.
Yes.
Yeah. So my earrings right now. Shout out to my bestie Raynon. I love you. We had a Secret Santa thing.
Mhm.
I love Raynon. Everyone, shout out to Raynon. I will never not talk about how much I love Raynon. He hates me, but like I love him. We have this love-hate relationship. Like I'll tell him in his face, I'll be like, I hate you. But then when I talk about him to other people, I'm always like, I love Raynon. So awesome.
That's usually how it is.
He's nice. He's one of those people that you don't talk to every day, but you, like when you do talk to them, it's like the best thing in the world. Like I texted him randomly because someone reminded me he existed. So I texted him like I was like, I miss you, and he was like, ew. And I was like, aw, you're so sweet, because that's how he says I miss you too. And I was like, okay.
That's true friendship right there. I feel like
he's another Filipino. He understands Tagalog but doesn't speak it, so we can like talk shit. No one will ever know.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I love Raynon. So we had a Secret Santa before school went out for winter break, and I didn't know that he had me. But on a list of Secret Santa stuff, I put cool, fun earrings. Not very specific, but I just wanted like funny earrings. And I wanted them to like come and make it like a surprise. Because I don't like knowing what I'm going to get. Because if I know, then I'm going to be like, thanks. But then when I know what I want, but I don't know if that's what they're going to get. And I kind of like that. I don't like having like picking out what I want specifically. I want to see how much this person knows me. So I'll give them a general idea. If you're like, what kind of shoes do you want? Platforms? What kind of platforms? I don't know. Just platforms. And then if you buy me a platform shoes and I love it, then I know that you know me. You know? Like those Doc Martens. Like the Doc Martens I got for Christmas. I didn't choose that. I think I gave like my mom like 3 options. But that one specifically I liked the most. So I wanted to see which one she would choose. Or not her, my grandma. Which one my grandma would choose out of those 3 options. To see if my grandma really knew me. She really knows me. My grandma knows me. Those were she picked exactly the one I wanted. I was like, yes, my dogs. That's why I was so excited on Christmas.
Yeah, I saw. Because I think it was just like a couple nights before that maybe that you were like showing us some docs.
Yeah.
Those were you wanted because like my mom's like going to the Philippines and stuff. And then it's funny that on Christmas you got some docs.
And exactly the ones I showed you. The ones I showed you had the heart instead of the flower, but same thing. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
I love them so much. So stoked. So yeah.
Have you worn them already?
Yes. I wore them on New Year's Eve walking around the strip.
How do they feel?
Terrible, but I loved it.
That's usually how it is. You got to break them in.
Dude, I broke them in on the strip. I broke them in.
Is it actually like broken in now?
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Okay, it's actually comfortable?
Yeah. It was comfortable by the end of the night. Like, I was chilling.
Okay.
They're just heavy. They're heavy shoes.
Yeah.
But I grew 3 inches because of those. And so happy. Love me some extra inches.
3 inches is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Maybe not 3 inches. Maybe like 2. 2 inches.
2 inches.
I think.
You hear that, boys? 2 inches is a lot.
Okay. No.
That's a clip.
Where's this one?
That one, yeah. Oh boy. But anyways, so we were talking about how we started off this podcast was the last time we did this was COVID. So from then on, you did all your you went to whatever high school. You moved high school, right?
Okay. Yes. Oh, so do you want to go back to the timeline of my life?
Yeah. Just catch us up really fast on from the last time we did this podcast and then up to now.
I don't know. Me going year by year is giving us a lot of things to talk about.
Just the major stuff.
Okay. You know what's major? This hair clip.
They can't even see it. Wow. It's a butterfly.
That dangles off the hair clip. Isn't that so cool?
So cool.
Okay, anyways. So, from 2020 to 2021, it was fully online.
How did you feel about online school?
Dude, it was so bad.
Okay, after that. The next year.
2021 to 2022, so my sophomore year. It was a little better. I moved schools, so we have school A and school B. I moved from school A to school B mid-year because we moved out of this house and moved into a new house, and it was definitely a big change. Like it was like the vibes and the people are way different. But
how so?
See, because I still have friends at school A, so I don't want to say anything too bad. But it definitely wasn't. I had fun. I loved being with the people that I was. I was in band, and I was in the color guard. I loved those people. I really did. But school-wise, they are a little more high quality on this, like teaching, in certain areas.
Which one is more high quality?
A.
A. Okay.
It's a little more high quality. Just a little bit though. Only a little bit.
Like
I think certain subjects that were terrible in school B made me feel like school A was a little better because I can like differentiate. But other than that, like school A, it did feel very competitive being in school A. Especially in the sport that I was in. I was very competitive between each other. And I know that they fixed that now. Like I've heard that they fixed it a little bit and are better. So good for them. And I'm happy. But when I was there, it did feel very competitive and there was like a good amount of drama that happened. So, but at school B, a lot of the people that I met, that I'm friends with now especially, are like one of the realest people that I know. And they're all like, I've never had to feel less than or better than anyone at that school. Like I've never had to compete with people unless it was genuinely a competition. If it was like a competition between two people, that's the only time I ever felt like I had to be better or less than someone else. I love that community. My theater community is very nice. Very sweet people. It is a little drama, but very sweet people that I love to hang out with today. And then my friends, like my Filipino friends especially, I've never felt so in touch with people in my culture. Because at school A, not a lot of people were Filipinos that were in touch with who they were as a culture. But in this school, I've never met so many people who spoke Tagalog, who understand what I say, and who like are in touch with their culture. So it's kind of like it's nice. I love my school B. Yeah. But last year was weird, changing schools mid-year. Glad I met the people that I know now. I love the people that I know now. They're like one of my best friends now. Like I love like Raynon. Shout out to Raynon. I love Raynon. Met him mid-year last year. Truly my bestie boo for real. And Sean and M. Those are people that I met at this school B that I love so much. And they're like, shout out to CJ too, I guess. I love
not the eye roll.
CJ is cool too. CJ is one of my best like gaming buddies now. And I love CJ and I love Sean. I love Raynon. I love everyone that I go to school with.
Do you have any shout outs for people from school A?
School A? I haven't talked to people from school A in a while. Shout out to Hobbin. Aubin was really like he was one of the only people who like really like supported me in and out. Shout out to that one guy that everyone tries to set me up with at school A. So sorry. You were definitely not wanting to be in that theater class, but like good for you. You know, like good for you. Musical theater was not for you. You slayed.
Oh my god.
Dude, when I heard you sing, I was like, I didn't know you could sing. But good on you. Good on you for being in a class that you definitely didn't want to be in, but you still like slayed out in your performance. Like good for you for being like that. Probably why everyone tried to hook me up with you. I'm so sorry. So sorry you had to go through that. I'm so sorry you had to deal with the people that tried to set me up with you. That was like so funny. Sorry for like all the awkward stares between us because people were making it weird. But you slayed. I forgot your name, but you slayed.
Shout out
to you. That was probably so funny. It was during semester exams.
Any more shout outs?
Shout out to everyone.
Shout out.
I love everyone. Shout out to Tito Kevin. We saw him today.
He's like we were pulling up to go get coffee and matcha and all that. And I was like, I saw somebody out front. I wasn't too sure what they were doing up until we got close to the drive-thru. And it was one of my besties, Kevin, and he was doing hookah with another friend of ours. And I was just like, I rolled down the window. I just point at them. I'm like, hey, do I know you? And they're like, oh, come join us. And then I'm like, I'm with my nieces. We gotta go do something.
And they were like, no, sit down with them.
Yeah,
right? That's what they said.
Yep. They're like, sit down with us. But yeah, shout out to you guys.
Shout out.
Shout out to my boy Anthony. We did jujitsu the other night, and I'm sore. And we filmed the last podcast. So if you haven't seen that, watch that. It gets pretty deep, pretty emotional. But yeah, I wanna do more podcasts. So now here we are with Kai. Kind of forced her into it.
Yeah, but it's okay. I like it. I like talking. I talk a lot.
Yes, she does. So it's good. It's good for podcasts. And I also want to, just kind of have this moment with people and see growth, because 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, if you look at our last podcast, we looked totally different. We thought differently. And then now here we are.
Maybe we should have watched that podcast before we came on to here to like re-talk about those same topics.
Yeah.
See change of opinions and stuff.
Yeah. I think next time, the main topic that I think even is the title still today was your first kiss.
Oh,
but we don't.
I'll talk about my first kiss.
No, they just need to watch the other one.
Yeah, they'll watch the other one and be like, wow, what a change. She went from I want my first kiss to I hate men. I'm not kissing no one no more.
Oh, okay, do you want to touch on that or do you want to say that for the next time? Like why you hate men now?
I'm not why I hate men, but we can talk about the first kiss. Because it was a good first kiss.
Can you like remind and refresh everybody's memory?
Of what?
What that was, if they haven't seen the first podcast with us? Just a summary.
Making me refresh my memory. All I know is that I wanted to know your first kiss story because I was like anxious about my first kiss. Like, oh my god, when am I gonna get my first kiss? How do you know a first kiss was a first kiss? I remember, I think I talked about the time I dodged my first kiss. Like the first time I dodged the first kiss in middle school. It was a guy and I was, we were like, are we gonna kiss today? And
this is when like planning a kiss was a thing.
Yeah. And he was like, are we gonna kiss today? We can kiss today. And then he was like, and then after school it was like I had to walk home. I was in the world of walking home. I didn't get picked up. I was close enough to not get picked up, but I was far enough to I was close enough to not need a bus. There you go. But I was far enough to low key still need to get picked up. But I walked home. So we walked home. I was about to walk home, and then he was there, and it was like I was like, oh my god, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Everyone, calm down. Everyone, chill. It's like the sirens were going on in my head. It's code red, code red, code lovebirds, code lovebirds. Like, I think it was like a week after we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
Dating. And I was like, okay.
This was what, in middle school?
Middle school. I think 8th grade. I think 7th grade. I think it was 7th, 8th grade. Around that era. And I was about to kiss him. And then I look up and I was like, no! Like last minute I was just like, no, can't do it. And so I was like this and I went, and then I went for his cheek and I fully dodged and went and kissed his cheek and then it was like tee and then ran away from him.
Oh my.
And I just had him staring there in disbelief, and he ran away. And then he texted me and he was like, that was nice.
Oh.
And I was like, that was when things were simpler. Now
Yes.
I have had my first kiss. Oh my god.
What?
So I'm that person who didn't get her first kiss till she was 16. Most people I know, they're like, yeah, I had my first kiss when I was like 10. My first kiss when I was 14. I was 16. When
Mine
I
was
got my
like
first kiss.
17, 18. Like
Really?
that. Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah, dude.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was saving it. It's a special moment.
It is a special
It's a
moment.
special awkward moment.
I liked my first kiss.
Good.
It was a good I remember telling you about it the first time. It was a good first kiss. Now, even after everything that happened between me and that guy, it was a good first kiss.
Mm.
It was very it was magical.
Yes.
In a way.
That's how I thought mine was too.
And-
It was
yeah.
funny, but yeah, it was magical.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Fully smushed his face into my face.
Mm.
We didn't know. We both have never had our first kiss.
Mm.
So it was first time having a kiss, and it was a good kiss. It was nice. I thought it was nice. It was in front of my house. It was very romantic. He was shaking.
Shaking in his boots.
He was shivering, man. And it was in summer, so it was definitely not because of the weather. He was shaking. He was holding my arms, and this is literally his hands while he was holding me. And I thought it was the cutest thing in the world. It is the cutest thing in the world. When you
Yeah.
see a guy nervous, it's really cute.
Yeah.
So I thought it was so funny and it was so cute. And then I think we made a bet or something because we were playing basketball. We were like, if you can make this shot, I'll give you whatever you want. And and I was like, whatever you want. We, you know what I mean? I was like that. Whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
But in a wholesome we've never had our first kiss,
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
we're in the borderline of dating, and we kind of want to kiss.
Mm.
Okay, so and then we kissed, and it was cute. He was shaking, and it was adorable. I got home, and he was like, "I can't stop thinking about our kiss."
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh."
That's cute.
And he was like, I was like, "Oh, our kiss was so sweet, and it was so cute, and I can't wait to see you again." Blah blah blah, and
Mhm.
like that. And I was like, I remember going into my mom's room and being like, I would tell you I had my first kiss, but you'd kick my ass, so I'm not gonna tell you.
Does she know
But,
now?
she knows.
This is for the audience. I know what I know.
Yes, she knows now. She always told me the whole time we were in a relationship. She always said, "I know you guys kiss, and I know you guys hold hands, and blah blah blah. Just don't do it in front of me, and don't talk about it in front of me." And I said, "Okay." She knows we did whatever teenagers do. It's just that she just didn't want it to be told in your face,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that was my first kiss, and I think it was pretty good for a first kiss. I've heard horror stories about first kiss, and I think I was lucky enough to have a genuine guy give me a first kiss. So it was cool. It was a good first kiss.
But now on to the next chapter of your life.
On to the next first kiss. On to the next first kiss. That's so sad. Oh my god! Because if you kiss someone that's new, that's technically It's the next first
That's
kiss.
your guys' first kiss. Yeah.
So on to the next first kiss.
Yes, but there's nothing that's gonna be like your first kiss.
And I was lucky to have a good story for my first kiss. Something that I can tell my kids in the future. Where they're like, how was your first kiss? Mine was romantic. Don't settle for less. Settle for that romantic. Don't settle for a guy who's just gonna kiss you right there and then. Like, make sure he sets that up. He set it up. He set up the mood, the moment.
Mine, I waited. It was a funny moment.
The mood, the moment.
But yeah,
that's mood in the moment.
I think yeah, it's definitely something memorable.
Mm-hmm. And mine was like a goodbye kiss because it was the end of our hangout, and it was kind of just like the last like time we saw each other for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a goodbye kiss.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty fun, pretty cute. It was a good one. It was, yeah. I don't have regrets.
I think that's how we should live life. Is just
I don't regret
anything.
Regrets. No regrets, dude.
Regrets.
I don't have any regrets. I'm glad that he was my first. I could have had way worse. I could have had a terrible man.
Yeah.
But he was my first. And I was all of his.
And if anybody out there, if you had a terrible one, it's okay. It's out of the way. It's out of the way. On to the next
first kiss.
Yes. Unless you already found somebody like your lifelong partner, then congratulations.
Good for you. Congrats. I watched this proposal. We're gonna talk about this proposal video that I saw, and that proposal video showed me what true love is because it was so cute.
Explain it.
They were at this. Is gazebo the right term?
Gazebo, like the thing that cleans the ice, or are you talking about?
That's a Zamboni.
I'm stupid. I'm gonna go. Oh, I always get those mixed up. Oh, a gazebo is the thing with the thing, and it's set up nice and right. Okay, got it. Zamboni is the ice thing. I always get those mixed up for no reason.
He said gazebo, the thing for the ice.
Oh God. Oh, shit. Too funny. Too funny.
Okay. Yes, the gazebo is the thing.
Okay, it was on a gazebo.
Like the nice thing. So the guy set it up at the gazebo, right? But it was a gazebo next to the place of it was like those tiny mini gazebos next to a movie theater. That's where the two had their first date. But first of all, that's already the cutest thing in the world.
So he proposed where they had their first date.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really freaking cute.
You can't go wrong with that.
And so it was a gazebo next to it, right? Next to where they had their first date. So perfect first date area. Planning for the future without even knowing the future. Right?
I'm going to bring every girl I meet next to the gazebo. Not the ice thing.
Not the Zamboni. But yeah, he took them to the place of their first date, and all her family was there, right? And she could see her mom hiding in the parking lot. So she's already like, "What the fuck? Like, what's going on? What's going on?" And then, so cute. And she's already like, "What's going on?" And then they step into the gazebo, and the gazebo has flowers like all over the floor, and then strings of his favorite pictures of them printed out. And I don't know if there was music playing or if he edited the music over the TikTok. I couldn't tell. But so he's like, "Do you remember the first time we came here? Blah blah blah. Remember when we said that this movie would suck?" And then he said that there was this one guy who walked out of the theater and he could hear them. He was like, "I just wasted 1 hour and a half of my life." And then he was like, "I know for that guy, he might have wasted his 1 hour. But for me, that was probably the best 1 hour and a half of my life."
Oh my God.
And I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Wow.
And then the second, because this gazebo is right next to the street. It's next to a four-way, I think. So all these cars are passing by. And the second that he got on his knees and he was like, "Will you marry me?" And she was like, "Oh my God, yes." And the second that she said yes, every car that drove by started honking. Boom, boom, boom. And that was like the perfect, the most perfect non-expensive proposal of my I've ever seen. All these people are buying these $1,000 venues and stuff just so that they can propose. But that was a proposal that was so personal that you didn't need those $1,000.
Right.
You didn't need all those amazing lights and famous like photographers and stuff like that.
Right.
Like there's this one time I saw someone propose and he completely rented out the entire skating rink so that he could propose to her on the ice with no one around. And like that's cute. I like that. If their thing is ice skating, that's perfect.
Yeah.
But seeing that like close to home, like their first date was just right there.
Yeah.
And then you propose to her and you tell her that 1.5 hour terrible movie was probably the best 1.5 hour of his life because he was with you. Like, dang!
That is like so cute. That's something like out of a movie almost, you know?
Right? That's
to me, like I feel like those are more special because there's a backstory to it. There's a deeper meaning to it than if I was just to rent out a really expensive venue, but then there's no real, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The cutest
story to
thing
it.
ever. And the honking from the cars is like the second the car started honking, that's when you felt it in your heart. That it was like perfect.
Because everybody felt it.
Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. And I think that's real love right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was true love. That was like the perfect proposal I've ever seen. If someone doesn't ask me to be his girlfriend like that, I don't want it. I don't want it. There's this dance coming up at my school called Sadie's, and the girl is supposed to ask the guy out. It's supposed to
I
be
remember
like a switch.
Sadie's. Did I tell you how I got asked out to Sadie's?
No, you did not.
One time?
Nope. Mm-mm.
We didn't actually go to Sadie's, but we like. So I was getting these weird messages and gifts, like gifts, like randomly sent to me with like weird notes on it. Like it was almost like a stalkerish vibe to it, and I was like, "What the f is this? This is kind of creeping me out."
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended up being my girlfriend, and
what a creep.
it was the creepiest way to ask me to Sadie's or do like a Sadie's type thing. But it was cute. At the end, we wore our Batman shirts and we went to like the park and stuff. It was cute. It was cute. But the way
Creepy,
it was like set up, like I was getting to the point where I was almost like, what the heck is gonna happen? Like I'm getting creeped out. It was creepy, but it was cute.
I don't think I'm asking anyone to Sadie's.
Damn.
I don't know if I'm even gonna go.
Ask one of your friends, your girlfriends.
I might. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. I was on the strip with my friend Enya, and we were walking down the strip, and there was this guy that was there in the strip, and he was like, Jesus Christ is watching you guys. Like, all of our youth is being captured by this LGBTQ plus community, all this, like, the sin in the world and stuff like that. And he was, like, screaming it. He had the megaphone, and he was like, God can save you! All of your children are infected with the idea of LGBTs. And so me and Enya were like, so we walked past him, and then me and Enya were like, I was like this, she caught my hand, we're like, yeah! And then I kissed her on the cheek, and then we walked away.
Good for you guys.
We were like, woo! And me and her were laughing the whole time. And then I think we acted like a couple for the rest of the night, because we were like,
yeah.
We actually have a video of us doing a New Year's kiss, but it wasn't a kiss. It was like, so what we did is that I was like, we should do it like Spider-Man. But instead of going all the way down where I could reach your lips, it's forehead to forehead. So, because if you turn like this under someone, their lips are going to be here, and their forehead's going to be here.
Right.
So it was like a perfect, like that. And it was a cute video. We're like laughing and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And it was after we washed our face, so there's no more makeup and stuff there. So it was like a genuine, like, just us. We have matching pajamas too.
That's cute. All right, so to end the podcast, what are your plans for the rest of the year? Do you have any New Year's resolution or just goals that you're striving for this year, or for the rest of your life, whichever?
I'm just striving to have some money this year, kind of, and time management, doing as much as I can. It's my last year in high school.
That's huge.
After this year,
that's crazy.
My last year in high school, and my parents want me to spend it at a school that I don't want to go to. So we're gonna see how that works out. I don't want to go to it because I know nobody and there's no theater there. And it's like I won't be able to enjoy as much. But I'm still going to try and go in because it's a good head start in college. So we're going to see how it goes, if I get accepted or declined. They don't accept incoming seniors as much. They said the acceptance rate is really low because they want just people who started off their junior year.
Right.
And are continuing to just go on.
Mhm.
Because you're supposed to do the executive 2 years. But I guess they only very little accept incoming seniors. So there's a bigger chance that I'll get rejected, which I don't mind. But yeah. Also, I'm living by this new thing. I realized that I don't really like the idea of he wanted to, he would. Because they're not, like, I'm living off, they're not going to read your mind. I tried to make him read my mind, and it didn't work. So I'm living off of this new, like, it's not if he wanted to, he would. It's communicate your feelings, and he will. And
there you go. I love that.
Yeah. I made that up on the spot. I forgot the actual quote.
That's an original.
I forgot the actual quote, but it was somewhere around that idea. If you communicate your feelings, he will.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is. But I also believe that if I tell you like 2 times, you should at least remember. Like, I'm going to communicate to you, but I'm not going to communicate every time. You know, I still want that feeling of you thought about me?
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you this, like, I'll tell you every like 2 weeks, I'll be like, wish someone would get me flowers. And then if we come up with flowers, I'm going to be like, oh, babe. I saw this one TikTok that was like girls giving gifts versus guys, and the girl was like, here's your like Louis Vuitton bag and your mansion, and I bought you like the new like sneakers and Michael Jordan sneakers, like stuff like that, right? And then and she'll be like, okay, your turn to give me your gift, and the guy would be like, I have a plushie. Oh, babe.
yeah, I've seen those. Those are funny.
But it's
true.
Real.
It's true.
Like, I will.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a boyfriend, I would buy him like the entire world, and all he has to do is get me a plushie, and I'll be like, oh my god, you got me.
That's a fair trade.
You got me a Beanie Baby.
That's a fair trade, man.
I would like if here's something that like, see, this is how I work. My ex was like, I really want a Hot Wheels truck. He said that to me in August when I still had a job, right? And he was like, since you're a working woman, I really want a Hot Wheels truck. And I was just like, whatever, right? And then on his birthday, I bought him a Hot Wheels truck, like he wanted.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a cheap gift, but he was super happy because he asked for that in August.
Mm-hmm.
And literally like 2 days before his birthday, he had it on his computer tabs, like the same truck again. And I was like, please don't buy it. Like, I already paid my $20 for this. Like, please don't buy it.
Yeah.
He was like, I was like, are you planning on buying it? And he was like, oh, I didn't buy it yet. And I was like, oh, thank God. He's like, I didn't buy it yet, but I'm thinking about it. I said, I don't think you should waste your money, babe. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. And he was like, okay, I'll just buy my new shoes. And I was like, no. Okay. And he was like, $200 shoes instead of a $20 truck. I'm like, never mind, buy the truck. Like, buy the truck.
Never mind, dude.
But he was like, yeah, I don't think I'll buy it now when I get money. And I was like, okay. And then I came up with the truck on his birthday, and he was like, oh my God. I thought it was the cutest thing in the world. That's how I work. I remember stuff. I write it down. Like, every time he said something, I would write it down. Like, if he was like, oh, I really want to go to like a Keshi concert, I wrote down Keshi concert. I really would have like, well, he doesn't like Keshi, but I like Keshi. That's why I'm using him as an example. But whenever he was like, I want to go to this concert, like, I think he said Polo G. He really wanted to go to a Polo G concert. The second that I heard that, I already started looking at toward like, oh, is he like ever going to concert here? Like, is he coming anywhere? Like, I was willing to like buy tickets to like California, and we would go together. Like, that's how much like I cared about him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but that's how I that's how I work. I'm the type to like, if you tell me something back in August, I'll bring it up sometime like throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything. Even the names of the plushies he has, all of them, like every name, I wrote down the name and which plushie that name belonged to. So if he was like, oh, this is Kevin, my reindeer, I put Kevin reindeer. Yeah. I was always like that because I have a terrible memory, but I don't want to be like forgetting stuff about my partner.
Yeah.
So I write it down so that I can like remember.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I put everything in my notes app to remember stuff. So
Notes app is like my heaven right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's how I am. That's how I am as like a partner. I will remember, even if you don't want me to. I will remember.
So, do you have a final message for the people?
It's not if he wanted to, he would. It's if you communicate your feelings, he will. And even if after you communicate and he's still not doing it, that's your sign. Don't do it, girl. Find someone else, boy and girl. Boy, girl, they, them. Like, whatever you are. It's not. It's communicate your feelings and they will. And if they don't, that's your sign to go. That's your sign that they don't care.
All right. Peace out. I'm Erik. That's Kai.
I'm Kai.
Peace. Peace.